The shooting guard position for basically all of basketball. This is where you've put your best shooter, your best scorer, your best chance to put up 30 a game and go out and get a dub. And I feel like this is the most talented position in basketball at this point. I mean, there are some guys that can't even crack the top 10 list here. You move them over to point guard, they'd probably be a top 5 guy. So we're looking today at every team's starting shooting guard ranked in order 30 to number 1. So make sure you stick around for the full video so you can see who number 1 is. Kind of giving you a little sneak preview here with the highlights. But with that being said, make sure to hit the like button down below if you do enjoy today's video. At any point, leave me a comment. I mean, this is a very debate-free zone. I mean, we should have all kinds of arguments going on down in the comment section for when I rank your favorite team's shooting guard a little bit lower than you think. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, because basically nobody is subscribed to the channel that watches these videos. So make sure to hit that as well. Now let's go ahead and get started looking at rankings 30 through 25. And it starts off with number 30. Sorry, Knicks fans. Quentin Grimes is down here at number 30. Just not a very big sample size, and he's still a very young guy, although I think he continues to grow and develop throughout this year and into the years to come. Kevin Huerter at 29 could be a little bit low. He does a lot of really good things for the Kings. Him and Grayson Allen honestly could be flip-flopped, although actually, I guess technically Pat Connaughton would be number 30 now. I made this video before all those trades went down, but yeah, I guess Pat Connaughton would be 30 with Quentin Grimes at 29 and Huerter at 28. Because, of course, Grayson Allen now is a Phoenix Sun. But Jalen Suggs at number 27, still a young guy, still with a lot of time to prove himself. Good defender. And then Jordan Clarkson at 26. He's just been a really good scorer for a long time, but I think he is on the wrong side of 30, starting to decline. All right, that's a quick 30 through 25. Now let's get into 25 through 21. This one we're going to go into detail a little bit more here. You know, some older guys on this list, still a lot of role players. KCP comes in at number 25. A very integral part of that Denver Nuggets championship run this year. He is a great wingman to have with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, and he gets a little bit of a boost. But his stats might not be better than like a Jordan Clarkson, but he just won a championship, so he gets that boost. 24 is Jaden Ivey, and this could be a little bit low, but he's still a young guy coming off of his rookie season, and the Pistons won 17 games last year. So this could be an empty stats type situation. We'll have to see this year. I want to see another year of it, but 16.3 points, 5.2 assists, that's good. That's good enough to get him listed at number 24. Number 23 is Gary Trent Jr., a very good 3-and-D guy for this Toronto Raptors team. He can also score very well, averaged about 17.5 points, 2.6 rebounds, 1.6 assists. A lot of these guys put up big-time numbers in the scoring department. It's kind of crazy to have Gary Trent at 23, but I mean, there's just so much talent. At number 22, you have Terry Rozier. Honestly, you could flip any of these previous 3 guys around, and you know, I wouldn't really hate it. Honestly, anybody in this tier you can flip around, but Terry averaged 21.1 points, 5.1 rebounds, had a career year last year for the Charlotte Hornets. Granted, they didn't win very many games. You can kind of give him the Jaden Ivey treatment, but career year, got to reward that. And then Herb Jones, 21 here on this rankings list. He averaged only 10 points per game last year, 4.1 rebounds, but his ability to guard is it's something special. You watch Herb Jones play defense, and it might bring a tear to your eyes. It is that good. So that earns him the 21st overall ranking here on the top 30 shooting guards list. Now we get into some of the young guys here, and then Klay Thompson. Number 20, we have Cam Johnson, a very solid piece in Brooklyn. He's going to be the number 2 guy behind Mikal Bridges, who had a breakout year last year. Cam Johnson, don't forget about him either, though. He averaged 15.5 points, 4.5 rebounds on 47% shooting from the field and 41% from 3. Very efficient. Really like Cam Johnson. Think he's going to take a huge step this year. Honestly, by the end of the year, maybe we see him pass Klay. However, I am a Klay Thompson believer, and I think he is still getting better. Even though he is, like 34, 35, he's got the legs of a 32, 33-year-old because, you took some of the tread off those tires. 22 points a game, 42% shooting from 3 last year. I think he gets closer to what we're seeing with a normal Klay. Austin Reeves here at number 17 just got a nice extension from the Los Angeles Lakers. 13 points a game, 3.4 rebounds, 53% from the field, and 40% from 3. Expect Austin Reeves to have a big-time year next year. I'm banking on him, kind of breaking out. At 16, we have Ben Mathurin, who last year for the Indiana Pacers had a really good year. Rookie, right? Yeah, rookie season. I had a bit of a brain fart there, but 17 a game, 4.5 rebounds, 44% from the field for a team that they almost made the playoffs. I mean, they were in the running there for a good while, at least to make that play-in tournament. And then number 15, we have Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell likely could be a top 10 shooting guard by the time this year ends. He's going to have that good of a season, I'm confident. 18.5 points, 3.9 rebounds, 44% from the field, 39% from three. Devin Vassell, look out for him this year. This is your warning. Devin Vassell, he's going to have a big time year. Now we have number 14 through number 10, and this is kind of the young guns list, the flamethrowers, if you will. Number 14, Tyrese Maxey, who put up 20.3 points a game and 3.5 rebounds last year for the Philadelphia 76ers. A really good playoff team, and he was the third option on that squad. 48% from the field, though, 44% from three, 4 rebounds. Really good numbers for Maxey. Now, at number 13, we have Anthony Simons, who I think is going to take an even bigger leap this year. Dame's gone. He's now the number one in Portland. 21 points a game last year. Expect for him to have even better numbers this year. Maybe the efficiency goes down with the increased volume, increased usage, but Anthony Simons is still going to have a monster year and put some people on notice next year. Jordan Poole in Washington, D.C. could average 30 points a game because he is the only guy in Washington, D.C. 20.4 points a game. I mean, they got Kuz, but it's going to be the Jordan Poole show. Needs to get that efficiency up a little bit, but hey, he's going to be shot chucking next year, and you can't really blame him. Going over from the Warriors where he was like the fifth option, he's finally getting his own team. Now, at number 11, we have Jalen Green. 11 on this list, maybe he should be a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but 22 points a game last year, 3.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists, kind of the same thing with Jordan Poole. All the talent in the world, and I think they're going to have big years this year as the number one option on their team. It's just the efficiency was not quite there. Tyler Hero staying in Miami at number 10 on this list, 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, good efficiency as well, 44% from the field, 38% from three, 4.2 rebounds. Really good option on this Heat team that is going to go deep in the playoffs yet again this year. I have a pretty good feeling. Now we have number 7, 8, and 9. These are kind of the, if you want to look at it in tiers, this is kind of, tier 2B was the young guns, and then tier 2A are these guys right here. Starts off with Paul George coming in at number 9 on this list. 23.8 points a game last year, 6.1 rebounds, 5.1 assists. PG sadly is regressing. He's getting up there in age. The injuries are starting to kick in, so it kind of stinks. But 46% from the field, 37% from three. Still had a solid year. 1.5 steals. So PG there at number 9 on this list. Desmond Bane comes in at number 8. 21.5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Very solid season for him. 48% from the field, 41% from three. And expect a big time, coming out of the gates, extremely strong, extremely hot. As a guy with Ja Morant gone, he will probably be the number one option. I think they should give it to Jaren, but he will probably end up being the number one option. And then Zach LaVine at number 7, 25 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists. Can't quite put Zach into the upper echelon of shooting guards in the league, but hey, 25 and 5 on 49% from the field, 38% from three. Those are dang good numbers. Zach LaVine deserves to be treated with a little bit more respect, but unfortunately, the Chicago Bulls are poverty right now. Now, tier 1. This is where, the big dogs are. And we start with Anthony Edwards, who I think is going to have an elite season this year. 24.6 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists last year as a 22-year-old. Actually, as a 21-year-old. He doesn't turn 22, or he didn't turn 22 until this summer. 46% from the field, 37% from three. He just showed on Team USA he can be an absolute alpha male and carry his team to championships. Well, he didn't carry him to a championship, but maybe he could. And then at number 5, we have Jaylen Brown, who still doesn't have a left hand somehow. Notice how he didn't dribble with it right there, and he also shot it with his right hand going left. Anyways, 26.6 points a game, 6.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists for JB last year. The Killer Jays should be in full effect this year. I'm liking this Boston Celtics team. Just dropped a video on them yesterday. 49% from the field, 35% from three, 1.1 steals. So JB should be a very interesting guy to watch this year. I've got him at number 5 on my list. Number 4, we have Kyrie Irving from the Dallas Mavericks. Last year as a Maverick, he averaged 27 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. Very nice numbers. We'll see how he continues to grow, with his relationship alongside of Luka Doncic. But 50% from the field, 38% from three. I mean, he's 2% off from being 50, 40, 90. Elite year last year for Kyrie Irving, and I'm excited to watch those two play together this year. At number 3, we're into the top 3. Donovan Mitchell from the Cleveland Cavaliers. 28.3 points per game as a Cav in his first year last year. 4.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, showing that, he can take that squad to the playoffs. Now, it's a very talented team, and I think they will be back again next year, but losing to the Knicks in the first round was kind of a disappointment. If he could have taken that team to maybe the Eastern Conference Finals, I'd have given him maybe number 1 on this list. At number 2, we have a guy that didn't make the playoffs last year, which is interesting, but Shai GilgeousAlexander just had such a monster year, and I expect more of the same. I expect the Thunder to be in the playoffs this year, 31.4 points, 5.5 assists, 4.8 rebounds. The dude was just absolutely unconscious all year last year. Shot at 51% from the field, 35% from 3, and averaged 1.6 steals per game. I mean, that's the best young shooting guard in the league. Now, the best shooting guard in the league is, I'm going to have to give it to Devin Booker. He's going to be the number 1 option this year. He will feast off of everybody throwing 2 guys at KD. 28 points a game last year, 5.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. In the regular season, you look at his playoff numbers, he takes it up a notch. D-Book, I'm excited to watch him next year. I think he is going to take a big-time leap. 50% from the field, 35% from 3, 1 steal. So, yeah, that's my list. I did it based off, stats last year, kind of what I think, from the eye test of them as a player, also how big of a year I think they will have this year, as well as playoff performances. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be a perfect list. It's all opinion-based. But, like I said, let's have some debates down in the comments below. With that being said, it's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.